Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. This is one of the favorite days of the week, back in the working days. I know a lot of y'all feeling that way right now, getting ready for a big weekend. Got some rain coming today, about 70%. Not a lot of heavy rain down here on the coast, but further north you get it be more rain. So it's going to be cool and drizzly. It's going to be 67 be the high, 53 be the low. So not a lot of variance in the actual air temperature. The water temperature is 58 right at the end of the pier, 58.1. Our river readings, Apalachicola at Bluntstown is reading at 8.2, just like yesterday. It's going to be the same tomorrow. And today at the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, 6.1. Both of them. Now the Choctawhatchee will be going up a little bit. If you're fishing it tomorrow, you might have a little bit of rise to it, especially if you're fishing Sunday. You have a little bit of rise to the Choctawhatchee. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Friday, January 22nd. Get some decent tides in today. Our low tide will be at 2:37 this morning. We've already had it. And it's coming in all day until about 4:11 this afternoon. So it's going to be high tide before it gets dark. So that's going to be interesting. Now, after 4, I wasn't fishing it much because it'll be a steady tide. But if it starts going out, it'll be a good time. But the wind now is going to be coming out of west-southwest again, so it's going to be blowing it back in. So just know all what's going on right there. I've had some interest, people asking about fishing, speckled trout fishing, and people want to know about carabel. There's been some interest this week on social media about carabel. So during the break, I'm going to call Quarters Marina, talk to Captain Kim. We're going to talk about some places to go fishing in carabel and also what bait they're using down there right now, catching some good fish. So let's take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. And on the phone right now, we've got Captain Kim down at Quarters Marina. Good morning, Captain Kim.
Good morning.
Listen, we've been talking a little bit before we came on air, and things are going pretty good down there. So what's been going on?
Well, we've got all kinds of new folks in town fishing for trout, redfish, and that's been going pretty well. Thankfully, we got plenty of worms and crickets for going up the river when it's a little bit too windy to go offshore.
Well, look, before we get on some of those fishing places, you tell them about your loopers. And for folks that don't know, the loopers are the one that make the loop all the way around and come back through the Great Lakes. They start up there in the northern part. But y'all have had some loopers stop by and get supplies?
Yeah, we sure have. It's been a pretty good year. They're all trying to stay quarantined on their boat, and so they come from pretty much Panama City area over here, and then they try to get south from here. This is a big jumping off point to get down towards Tarpon. Yeah, good. So yeah, we've been seeing quite a few, and that's been good. They're trying to fish, between here and say Tarpon Springs. They'll get their fishing supplies here for that, trolling and what have you on the way down. So
that's got to be fun. Yeah. Okay, look, I'm gonna go to Google Earth. I'm gonna punch in Quarters Marina, and we're going to talk about coming down there. And if somebody don't know the area, tell them where. Tell them where y'all can go. Okay, I'm zooming in right now. We're right here at the marina. So I'm right here at the marina.
Sure, yeah. If they want to come to the office here at 501 St. James, we'll fill them in on what's been happening as far as the best spots. We've got a couple nice fishing areas just around the corner from us, covered pavilions. Okay,
we're going to go down the road. I know right what you're talking about. So we're going to pull out of your parking lot, go down the road, and take a right. And then tell us as we're coming on, we've got, that's just what you call river walk?
Yeah, it's real nice. There's a nice covered pavilion, and then as you go a little bit further down Marine Street, there's a couple extra docks and a boat ramp and a fish cleaning table, bathrooms. That's real nice down there. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on the pavilion area right here. So I'm talking about the pavilion now. Now, do you say they had bathrooms and all, or was that down the road? Yeah, just down from the covered pavilion, there's, like I said, bathrooms and fish cleaning table, boat ramp, a couple of little nice docks that stick out right there, which is extremely popular for the trout and redfish.
See, that's a great place. I'm sold them right now as you're talking. That's a great place to Y'all got it together down there as far as fishermen. Then you got your boat ramp at the end of the road down there.
Oh, yeah. And the sheepshead have been real popular right up against the docks, pretty much all the way around that corner there, too.
So if you're fishing, you can catch sheephead there. But I know the trout's got to be coming up the river and the redfish, too.
Yeah, they've been up a little bit further from where we are just with this last cold snap, but they're starting to catch them again right there at the pavilion. And, of course, I think low tide is somewhere right after lunch today, so they'll be out there all afternoon.
Okay, so they can go up. Okay, now listen, they can come by and talk to y'all, and you got bait. You mentioned, you telling me earlier they were catching a lot of, y'all using, what kind of bait y'all using?
Mostly the shrimp and chunk mullet is the best one for the redfish. They like that stinky old mullet. And of course, we got plenty of gulp. We're loaded up with gulp, so that's always a plus. The frozen shrimp has been real popular, and like I said, that chunk mullet has really gone wild because it's all oily, and so it tends to attract just about anything out there. They're catching whiting and all kinds of stuff too.
Oh, so. Good. Are they fishing? Are they fishing with a cork? Are they fishing bottom? How are they doing it down there?
Mostly the cork. That's the most popular way to do it right here around Marine Street and right here at the office. Mm-hmm. It's easier to see the bite a lot of times, and then of course if you put anything on the bottom, it'll be catfish, which are good eating. And it's just you have to take care of them.
Yeah.
Don't want to get stung with that.
Now we were talking.
Catfish are always plentiful.
I know.
They're good eating.
We were talking earlier too. You mentioned they're going to close up in the Northwest region. For February, we closing the season. I said, they're closing the season for speckled trout.
Yeah.
And what down there? No. What's going on? Y'all
no,
open?
We're pretty much all open. The Western Panhandle and then of course the Central East. It usually closes about this time of year, but we stay open, thankfully.
So the Big Bend area is going to be open. Y'all be open for speckled trout all the month of February. So
yep.
I can see some of our fishermen heading down there wanting to fish and all. Well, that's a good report.
All right.
Are y'all warm back up? And I know y'all got cold last week.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it pretty much put everybody out by the bonfire. Thankfully, it's starting to warm up now, so it's really pleasant.
Well, Captain Kim, it's great talking to you. We want to encourage our viewers to go down there, and they can just walk around if they don't want to fish. But there's some good fishing spots right where you just mentioned.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful scenery. We got ospreys, we got dolphin. It's always something nice to look at.
Hey, listen, real quick, has anybody caught in tarpon accidentally?
No, I have not had any reports of that. And generally, we see them every morning out here in front of the office. But I have not seen any for a week or so. And I think it's probably with the cold weather, and it's been so windy, and the seas have been up pretty high.
Yeah.
We aren't seeing what we should be just yet. I'm hoping towards the end of January it'll start happening.
All right. Well, we got to get out of here, Kim. That was good information. Thank you so much for sharing it with us.
You bet. You have a great weekend, Mr. Chester. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you. All right, folks, that's a good report right there. And we're going to talk, and we'll get the fishing report. We're going to talk more about it. But let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Listen, I had a situation happen the day before yesterday. This is interesting. I want you to pay attention and talk about how this actually ended up saving someone's life, and I happen to know the people that helped do this. Kenny and Harriet Taylor. Harriet and Kenny, I've known them since they were teenagers, and Harriet is a retired principal at Springfield Elementary. She and Kenny loved to fish, and they'd gone out the other day, this was Wednesday afternoon, and they were over there around Tyndall, and they weren't catching much, and I'm going to just read this what she said. So God showed up and showed out. We didn't catch any fish, but we caught this fellow. So Kenny is ready to come home. I said, so Kenny's ready to come home. He said, so I said, let's stop at the Tyndall Bridge, okay? So anyway, let me get back and read this again. Jeff, I want to read this situation. They stopped at the, look, everything not acting right, okay. Well, I might have to go ahead and show it. They stopped at the Tyndall Bridge, and let me go back. Stopped at the Tyndall Bridge, and they see this guy in a kayak. Folks, that kayak is sinking. You see it? This guy's out there in his kayak. He's hollering for help. People just going by didn't see him. So Harriet and Kenny start going up in their boat, and she's talking to them, and she's asking, okay, see the boat is actually sinking, okay, it gotten out there, what happened, the wave from these boats, I think, had turned them over. He's not from around here and didn't know the situation, what was going on, so Harriet and them go up to him. Now, I've got several pictures. Here it is. Okay, we're going to watch this part. Let's see if we can get this going on. So to get closer, they actually save this. Okay, I'm going to the next one. And that's a picture there. And then they get, let me see, they actually get him aboard. And folks, his kayak actually sank. Anyway, and she said, Kenny and I, God put us where he wanted us to be today. By the way, I didn't give him a no-no lecture of knowing what to do and what to do on the water. He was from Jamaica. He'd been out there fishing, trying to get some fish for his family. So the water was very cold, but they actually saved that young man's life. And what was amazing to me is that they were there at the right time. You can see right here I'm going to show it again how they just happened to hear him. He was hollering for help. When they picked him up, the rest of it, he had a trolling motor on there, he had his battery, he had all his fishing stuff, and that kayak went straight down, and that's a deep hole right there. He lost about $1,500 worth of stuff right there. So Kenny and Harriet Taylor, y'all saved that young man's life, and that just goes to show you always be on the lookout. And he just didn't know there were going to be the waves like that. And what happened, I think, from what I can gather from Harriet, the big boats coming in and out on the intercoastal, and it caused the waves to come up, and it got in trouble. So luckily, God put them there at the right time to save that boy's life and a young man's life. He had a family. So anyway, I'm glad, Kenny, I'm so proud of you and Harriet. Now, I had a great chance to go quail hunting the other day with some good folks. Freddie York gave me a call. Freddie's got some good dogs. He and Charles Willis, and they start quail hunting from Thanksgiving till the end of February, and just scattered out at different places and get the birds and all. And they were able to get Waylon Thompson and his son Lawson. Waylon's property up there north on 231. You get up to Compass Lake and take a left and end up in Washington County. Waylon got a nice farm up there and just a really pretty place. I've got the video. Gail's putting it together. We'll show you the video probably next week. But we will show it next week. But anyway, I went ahead and cooked them last night. I was going to show you real quick how we cooked them. This is here we are. This is prep. Of course, now Gail gets the credit for this. I'm just taking pictures. And that's a salsa and some olive oil. She soaks them in and puts pepper and bacon around them. Okay, and seasoning, and wraps the bacon around them with a toothpick. And I'm just going to go through it. We put them in a cage so they don't get out. And I've learned to do this. It's really just a wire place. And then get the coals hot. And you all know about it. I'm still an old school charcoal guy. But you want to get those charcoal. You always get a charcoal white hot. Okay, don't do it too early. Then put them on there. And folks, they're smoking it up. I got that grill about 10 years old. It's a good grill. I got them done. They're real nice and brown, golden brown. I cooked them about 25, 30 minutes, slow cooked them, and there they are at a table, and here they are on my plate, and the next picture they're in my mouth. So we don't have the next picture, but anyway, I love eating quail, so hopefully you'll get a chance to go quail hunting and get some quail and all. Anyway, I told Jeff I could do a double header. I've got so much to talk about today, but I've just run out of time. We could do an hour show today, so let's move on, though. Let's get these names in here because we got to do some drawing. But the quail is fun to hunt and loved watching the dogs, and we've talked about it before. All right, T.J. Cobb, Kaylin Cobb, Angela McKay up there in Lynn Haven, the McKay family, Buster McKay's family, Warren Waldrop, Pam Davidson, Hayden Harrison, Peyton Watson. I'm assuming all these Panama City, some of them Youngstown. Wendy Hughes, I'm not sure. Michelle Wilcox up in Defuniak Springs, and Billy Joe Wilcox, some outdoor people there, retired teacher. Billy Joe Newsom up in Youngstown. Billy Joe, hope you're doing well. And don't forget Shannon, because she sent your name in. And then Christian Jinks, Christian up there in Lynn Haven, and Mike McGraw, Panama City Beach, and Amy McGraw. Mike said to make sure to get a name in because every Friday, Amy said, have you got a name in? Have you got a name in? So Amy, you're in here now, okay? All right, let's go ahead and do our drawing now because we'll be doing our fishing forecast. Like I say, if you win the Los Angeles card, just send me your address and I'll mail it to you, okay? Or you can, some folks come by my house and pick it up if you're hanging around Southport or coming into town or something. All right, the first one, we're going to do 2 Los Angeles cards. Now, I want to just shake them up. Okay. All right, anyway, let's move along. And I'm going to reach in the bottom and sometimes in the middle. I'm going to try to be as fair as I can. All right, the winner of Los Angeles card from Lynn Haven, Katya Pleasure. All right, her name came in this week. Mike, you'll be proud. She's going to take you out to eat. All right, the winner of the other $25 gift card to Los Angeles from Parker Johnny Taylor. But he's in order over here. Now let's go to $20 gift certificate from Talking Dock Seafood. It's going to be, there's 2 names here. All right. From Chipley, Linda Cutts. And the Big Red Snapper is going to be the Big Red. If I haven't got your name in, we'll get them in next week. From Cottondale, Bobby Barnes. Folks, that's Lynn Haven, Parker, Chipley, and Cottondale. We'll cover the Panhandle like Kudzu covers Alabama. Let's take a break, come back with our fishing report. Okay, welcome back. I promised several people I know, I text you and all, that we're going to show you the pictures of the deer and all that. We had a lot of deer pictures to show. We just ran out of time with the fishing report and also that rescue over there at Tyndall Bridge. So I thought that would, I promise you, we'll show you pictures Monday, all the big bucks y'all taking this week, okay? I want to show the plate one more time because it looks good close up like this. We may get some more, but we're going to move on now. We're going to go to we'll go to Google Earth, and we're going to talk about the famous Friday fishing report. We started on the Carabel, and the big thing, like I say, that good bait is the key to it. But make yourself at home going to Carabel. Good folks down there. I almost don't want to talk about it that much because we don't want to inundate them with all kind of people and all, but at the same time we want to share with you some good places to go here in the Panhandle that we don't talk about like on every Friday. But we've got that mentioned. Also the Apalachicola. I'm going to listen. We're going to zoom in. Usually I'm showing the bridge at East Point, and we'll go to Apalachicola. We're going to move on in here to right at the foot on the Apalachicola side. I'm going to show you the same place, same situation there. Okay, here's the bridge. There's downtown Apalachicola. Right in the center of the page. They've got some projects coming in for here, and it's going to be nice. They're going to make like a river walk coming down there. But see this fishing pier? There's a bridge right there. Right here in the center of the page is a good place. Look at that. You walk out there, and that pier there. You talking about a prime location to go fishing? That is a prime location. You don't need a boat or anything, and you get that. You got the river flowing, and this is a good time to go. The river's not too high and all. You're going to catch flounder. You're going to catch those sheephead coming up in there, redfish. And I've never talked a lot about the fishing pier because I had assumed a lot of people knew about it. But again, I have to keep reminding myself, we have so many people moving in the last 5 or 6 years and want to know where to go. And if you want to pier fish, that Apalachicola fishing pier is an excellent place to go. Okay? So that's 2 good places there. We're working on the east end, working our way west. Again, I also want to mention Indian Pass. I mention this a lot now. Indian Pass, again, just walk out there on the outgoing tide. Indian Pass over here. And I just think about those boys last week at deer hunting, camping out on St. Vincent. They had them in cold. But outgoing tide here, again, right there. You can park and walk along the beach or walk back up in here. It's better go walk along the beach, a good outgoing tide. And the flounder fishing is excellent right there. Okay, let's keep on moving to the west, from east to west. We're going to skip St. Joe Bay and Mexico Beach and come on in here. I want to make sure, I want to talk about the Steam Plant Canal, what we call the Steam Plant Canal. This is up in North Bay and West Bay, right here in the center. That's the intake canal. Here's the actual power plant, the Lansing Smith generating plant. They used to use coal to heat the turbines. Now they use natural gas. But here's a canal. You've heard us talking about a canal that goes into Warren Bayou. Now it is legal. It used to be illegal to bring fish out of there with hot water, but now you can fish in Warren Bayou, and but of course February you can't. But that's a good area there, And again, which is that whole North Bay, West Bay area is just good. And we've talked about it before, the two creeks and all. Again, the West Bay Bridge, put in the West Bay Bridge, especially when it's windy like it has been, with that wind blowing like that, put in the West Bay Bridge and work your way. Just fish intercoastal. And the bait you want, if you can get some live shrimp, that's going to be the best. Chofa is going to be good. Chofa's, live shrimp, any kind of live bait this time of year, they're not, just peeled shrimp are going to be working good. So then the Choctaw River, I had Black Creek in here. Let's see if I find, there's Black Creek right there. Black Creek is good fishing. Those trout are going to work their way up in there. We don't talk about Black Creek a lot. I've fished it before. And it's a pretty area, a pretty creek. The Black Creek area, a couple of landings on it. And that whole watershed of the Choctawhatchee, as it comes down into Choctawhatchee Bay, that whole watershed is something special. Now, I did want to make sure when you get out there that you have your life jacket on. Again, that young man did not know any better, and he would have been in serious trouble if they had not been there, and Ken and Harriet had not been there. They rescued him, saved his life. So, again, I know probably y'all think I talk about safety too much, but I'm very sincere about wearing your life jackets, especially in this cold water. So make sure you do that. Make sure your loved ones do that. Okay. So anyway, this weekend it's going to be good. It's, rain's going to be getting out of here. We just hit on some places. You go fishing without a boat. All those places you could go without a boat, except for the Steam Plant Canal. But kayaking is good. But again, watch out for that wind, because our kayak turned over from the wave from the boats going back and forth. And you in a kayak, if you've been in a kayak before, you go boom, boom, and you lose your balance and it just flips right over. So you don't need a kill switch, but you sure need a life jacket. Okay, about run out of time. It's been a good week here. Y'all keep sending those pictures, and we'll show a lot of them next week. Got the video on the quail hunt, and this weekend should be good for that Panhandle outdoorsman. We'll have a great weekend. Always do something good for your fellow man. Take advantage of having this opportunity to do that. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.